Hello, and welcome back to Pleasantview. Today we are completely bypassing the daycare center and moving straight over to the elementary school. And we're going to follow Andrea Cormier to her work and follow her throughout her day today. And of course, Andrea lives over here together with her family. So here is the Cormier household, and Andrea is still sleeping in bed with her husband, Jason. And she is, of course, going to head to work at the school pretty early. She needs to leave, I guess, 7:30. So she needs to go up bright and early. Jason, on the other hand, has the day off today, so he is not in a hurry anywhere. And the kids are going to head out to school as well, but they have a little longer time to prepare than their mother does. Looks like Irene needs to use the bathroom, so I'm going to start by sending her there. And Andrea can also get up and use the bathroom on the ground floor here, and then serve up some breakfast. Let's make it croissants. I think that Andrea and Jason woohooed last night. So I better also ask her to change into something more comfortable. Looks like they don't have a wardrobe down here though. No. I don't think I can squeeze one in really. They don't even have one in their own bedroom. Although Irene does have one. I could squeeze in a small shower here though, because the sink will still be usable if it's on the same tile, or what, opposing tiles that is. The university shower that is. This one. That should work then. And then she can have a quick shower before making the breakfast. Looks like the dog bed is a bit filthy as well. You can see the stink coming up through the staircase. And yeah, the dog needs to have food as well, looks like. Right, so I think Nasim can also wake up now. He can use the bathroom downstairs. Irene is on the way. Why don't you sit and watch TV for a while? You can start the morning by watching cartoons. Oh, she didn't want to. Okay, I'll just leave her to her own devices then. Food is almost done anyway. I think maybe Jason would wake up at the smell of breakfast. Yeah, and this is the cue for Andrea to leave for work, but I think she has the time to at least eat breakfast with her family. Things are going pretty well in her life right now. She had some issues earlier with her work life because her employee, Meadow, wasn't all that good in her position, it turned out, but she recently helped Meadow get employed at the daycare center instead, and she also got some help from Marilina to find a new employee, and that is Elizabeth Monif, a randomized Townie that I have made playable recently, and things are going really well with her in comparison. On the other hand, this guy here, of course, Nasim has grown close with Julie Bruty, Sandy Bruty's adopted daughter, and she's also Gordon King's adopted daughter. And Gordon is head of the criminal business in town, secretly, of course. And he's been hanging around her place a lot, and a lot of other unsavory characters have turned up on that lot. So he has started to get friendly with some of those people. People like Dustin Broke and Russ Bear and the new faces, Amin Patch and those guys. And Andrea is living pretty close to where he's hanging out, of course, and she's been seeing him with older men. And she's started to get really worried about what's going on with him. And that's on her mind. She wants Nasim to get around and meet new people, of course, and also get to know Julie's family. But she also wants him to be friends with people his own age and people she knows where they're from and who she can trust. She's a little bit controlling, and I think that she's seeing some worrying signs. On the side of that, of course, Andrea is also worrying about her little brother, Ricky, who has become pretty drawn back recently and has shown signs of anxiety and restlessness, and is looking tired, and she doesn't really know what's going on with him. He's not talking to her about it, but she thinks it's about time that she corners him and actually gets down to what's been bothering him. So even though things are going well in Andrea's personal life, it seems that for some people around her, things aren't as good. So being so strong and independent and experienced as Andrea is, I think that she would take time to try to do what she can to help. We'll have to see what she gets up to later in the day, after work, of course. Speaking of work, she has had a few mouthfuls and chatted a bit to her children and her husband. And I think it's time for her to leave, so I'm going to have her go somewhere. It is her own community lot, the elementary school. All right, so Andrea is arriving. Oh, okay, so we have a visitor here. So I think maybe the visitor controller has been reset. So I'm going to go in here where I have it and go to age. Yeah. So all of this should be banned. So I'm going to just click ban all. That's going to take care of Iris here. Who's come to visit. But of course, we don't want any random adults coming onto this lot with the children. So I'm going to just have Andrea walk onto the lot, and yeah, Iris is being teleported off the lot. Perfect. So first step is to summon the other teacher, and that is Elizabeth, of course. So let's go with that. And there she is. And of course, she also needs to be in her work outfit. So I have Tom's clothing tester up here. I'm going to pick education level 4, the same as she's in. And she's changed into her work outfit. And she apparently wants to be engaged to Ramin, so I'm going to sneakily lock that in. That's really exciting. Right, so next step is, of course, to summon in all of the children. And I have them in my spreadsheet here. So every time that the children ages up, I move them on to first the daycare center, and then when they age up into children, I move them on to the elementary school, and same thing with the teenagers. Once they age into teens, I move them on to the high school page. So these are the kids that I'm going to have to summon, and I'm going to do that off screen so you don't have to sit through that. Right, so these are all of the kids, and it's 16 of them, so it's quite a lot of children. But we're gonna have to make it work. And I think that the first thing I want to do is make sure that they have met each other. That's one of the reasons why I like playing the schools, after all, to have the kids actually properly meet one another. And the kids who are in the most need to meet their classmates are, of course, the newest ones, because they haven't had a chance yet. This is both Irene and Vanessa's first day at school. So looking at their friend tab here, looks like Vanessa has met quite a few. And I think that's mostly because she's been attending the daycare center. Yeah, but Irene, she's only met Irina, actually. So she's not been at the daycare center at all, I think. She's been kept home with both Tosha and Randy, and she was also taken care of by her grandparents one day, so that's why. So I'm going to go ahead and start by having Irene introduce herself to as many as possible here. And just sort of let the other kids do what they want for a while before the classes start. Oh, looks like we're having a bit of sibling rivalry here. Looks like, oh wow. Laurie and Lydia are not getting along. Oh. Okay. Well, let's distract them a bit, I guess. Oh, poor Laura. She's seems like she's the bullied one because she's crying. Oh. Maybe Cecily's up to something else. Yeah, looks like Irene has met everyone now, except her teachers, of course. Oh. Oh no. There's still some people here, looks like. They should not be here. Maybe I also need to ban all NPCs as well. Let's just dismiss Carol and Solveig. Right, and you should not... I guess they've been out here playing basketball, shirking their duties. So I'm going to have to... yeah, I think... how do I want to do this? Let's just have both of them go here. And the kids should start to head up to their classroom, the older ones. So I'm going to start with Vanessa here. No, Amelia, sorry. Let's just take a few at a time, because otherwise they will get stuck on the staircase, I think. Right, so the adults have arrived, and no, don't do that. I'm going to change them into their work outfits again. No. Stop. I don't want you to play basketball, Andrea. Oh my god. Right, so can you start by greeting the ones you haven't met? You've met her already. You don't know Luke. Are you coming, Andrea? Thank you. Andrea, change into your work outfit as well, please. Good. Right. You need to meet Vanessa. I think it's good time to put more kids up here. So we have Will, Kian, Irene, and Yokasta. You can sit here for now, just to be out of the way. Looks like the kids are losing a lot of stars because they're looks like their default interaction is like play cops and robbers, and if they don't have good enough a relationship, they are not going to agree to it. Oh, that's a bit annoying, but I guess it's realistic as well that the kids wouldn't just naturally get along. Right, so Irene is the next one to greet. And also we need to keep filling up the classroom. So we have the younger ones. And I'm not going to split up the twins, of course, so I'm going to pick Luke instead of Laura to join as well. Good, so she's met them now. So I'm going to also send Andrea up to the classroom. Good, and Andrea doesn't even need to sit down because I think it's about time that we started the lesson, really. So I'm going to activate the epic and have her tell a story. Yeah. Gonna have the kids listen to the story. Just gonna make sure that the class is starting. And no, you're not supposed to be joining. You can actually draw a bit. And yeah, you're really not getting along with your sister. And looks like Lydia is the one who's instigating it all the time. And Laura is the one who's crying about it. And she's really a lot more warm towards her sister, despite being provoked all the time. She's really nice and everything. And she's less so, so I guess that makes sense. But since Elizabeth is in charge of them, she's going to greet her and lecture her a bit, because this is not okay for her to do. Gonna try to have her talk some sense into her. She can lecture her to be nice to her sister and don't attack her and everything that she's doing. So play nicely, sit down at the table with the other kids, and don't start any fights. Yeah. She didn't like that, of course, but she's going to do as her teacher tells her. So yeah, she's also going to join the game here. Looks like they are playing with blocks. And Elizabeth is going to sit down again. No, don't clean up. Something looks bugged with Laura, so I'm going to reset her. Okay, good. So hopefully they can also gain some relationship with playing like this, because it's usually bumps it up quite a lot. So I think that's good. And yeah, so this is under control, and the class is also in full session. So finally, I think we can go ahead and summon in Brandy to start cooking up the food. So Brandy Burb, who's of course now an elder. Right. So she's a prep cook at level 6, so I'm going to also change her into her work outfit here. Let's see, culinary. There, level 6. Good. So I think, yes, I put this in. So this is a meal portion server adjuster thing. Let me see exactly what it's called. It's the variable meal server. So I can adjust how many servings we get from one meal, and seeing as it's 10:30 now, I think I'm going to just go ahead and have her serve up one serving for all 16 kids. So I'm changing that. And it's still only breakfast, but if I have her just go into the kitchen, I think the time will pass, yes, 10:30, and that will change it to lunch. Good. So she can serve lunch. Let's make it carrot soup, I think. I like the looks of that dish. It's really pretty. And it's different from the normal hamburgers. So Brand is going to cook up lunch, and the kids are just going to keep having their lessons and playtime, of course, for the younger ones. So Elizabeth isn't really doing much right now. She's not building any skills or relationships, but I think that this is what's needed in the moment. She can actually take a little break and use and clean the bathrooms. Yeah, they really need it. I would normally have Brandy do it, but since I was late with her today, and since Elizabeth doesn't really have much to do right now anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and have her do it. How is this relationship looking? Is it getting any better? No, yeah, I think it's a bit better actually. So that's good. It's moving in the right direction. And, oh, okay. Where are you going? I'm going to stop her from doing this, and hopefully the food won't disappear. depending on where she puts it. Okay, good. And it's just actually nice because then I can actually have it like this, and the kids can just go and pick up a dish when they need it. So we have 16 kids, and it is how many chairs? I think we have one chair too few here. Should be able to do this somehow with the power of the quarter tile placement sheet. Let's see what I can come up with. That's not gonna work though. I wonder if it would be better with small tables. Let's just put those there for now. Yeah, I think that this should work. So if I do this, I'm gonna be able to put in 5 chairs at this table. This really is the tricky part. Like, how do I fit everything in a good way? All right, so I've messed around a bit with it now. I think this should work. The only thing I need to double check is if Brandy can still walk into the kitchen. So let's have her go there. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, perfect. Right, so I'm actually going to have Brandy just clean and use that and then have a TV dinner. I'm going to end the class. And yeah, Andrea is going to start by having some TV dinner. And the kids are going to head down to eat. Yeah, that's served, good. So just gonna start with some of them. And hopefully the rest will fill in. Let's see, what is Elizabeth doing? Yeah, good, she's still with the bathrooms here. Right, so you can just sit here for a bit more. Yeah, looks like some of the kids are going to the bathroom and a lot of them are moving downstairs, that's good. Looks like Nathan is having some trouble with the stairs. Yeah. There are a lot of them going to the bathroom though, so I think I'm just going to hijack some of them. Yokasta and Mary. You can actually go grab some food instead because it's going to be full at the stalls. Who else do we have here? Right, Nathan. Grab some food. And who else? No one left in the classroom. Good. Looks like Kian and Irene are getting along up here. That's good. I'm going to have them also grab food. Irene is done, so she can also grab food. No, don't clean up. Go here. And these kids can also start heading out of here. Grab a bowl. Is this Will? Also go eat, please. And Elizabeth, you can also head upstairs to have some lunch. You should not do whatever you're starting to do. You should grab a bowl. Andrea can just sit in this corner and supervise the kids because I think I put in more chairs than I needed. You shouldn't play in the bathroom. You should actually head and eat, both of you. You can also grab a bowl. What are you guys doing? You're still here, so use the bathroom. Looks like Amelia is done, but I think she can just... Some of these kids who are already done with their food can sit and chat with their peers a bit so that they get to know each other. Okay, so who else do we have now? Looks like Laura is just about done here. Is there anyone else? So these guys are having their lunch No one up here. No one in here. No one outside, I hope. No, good. So it looks like all of them are having their lunch now. That's good. You can keep seated. And Brandy has eaten. I think I'm going to just sneakily teleport her into the the men's bathroom here so she can clean this toilet. She wouldn't be able to walk through that door, that's why I do that. Looks like some of the kids are starting to get done now as well. Yeah, and that was the last of them. Perfect. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it's working perfect because some of them are sitting at an angle like that and then they can't head into the one seat inside, like on this one, for example. But yeah, fairly okay. I really wish they would stop trying to play cops and robbers because that messing things up a bit. Yeah. So you can just leave it, you don't have to clean up. And let's just have all of the children head outside to play on the playground. When they are done, of course. Let's just see how that works. Andrea should go out here to sit and supervise the kids, and as should Elizabeth, but I think she's upstairs now, yeah. So why don't you clean those up? Looks like she's taking a lunch break. That's totally fine. Right, so Brandy should be stuck in here, so I can move her out again. And yeah, these need to be cleaned again, so let's go ahead and do that. And then she's going to wash up all of the dishes. And then I'm just going to let the kids enjoy themselves here for the rest of the day. Get to know one another and build some body skill as well as they play. I don't know if they're going to realize it, but they also have this house here that they can move to. Looks like they're clogging up this one, but I mean, really, you can play on this as well. Looks like they really like that one, so I might put in another one. That should work, I think. For more options. This is the funny part, though. They're just kind of hanging there. I'm going to have Cecily move out of the way. She can play on that one instead. Looks like there's a lot of kids really, so maybe I should put in a slide as well. Let's go with the green one. I think them sliding onto the grass is better. So let's do it like that, I think. So let's see, we have some kids here. Okay, she's already joining, that's good. You don't have to clean though, Laura. So you can just put that down. Oh, she doesn't have a key here, I think. Yeah, there we go. But you can just go out here and sit and chat with Andrea instead. Brandy should really take care of that. So I think that all of the kids are moving out to the playground now, actually. Looks like they're also using the bathrooms if they need to. So I'm just going to supervise Brandy. Rank 9. I thought we had lost a lot of stars. I haven't taken anything here. Ugh, do I want to? I mean, the school shouldn't really get money like that, I think. Doesn't really make sense, but yeah, I guess Andrea can have the reputation thing. Yeah, networking. Call anyone in town. I guess it would make sense because if she knows who their kids are, she should be able to call their parents, right? Meet all of the acquaintances of another sim. And also a powerful starting bonus. I think that's OP. No, I don't think that makes sense. Yeah. No, I don't think I will go with that one. I mean, I can go with this as well. I mean, perking up and motivational speech seems like something that would be good for a teacher, right? Born leader, giving orders. I don't want that one, I think, but sure, let's go with that one. And I have 1 point left, so let's just grab some cash and say that's fine. Nice. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Okay, so Nathan is, using the bathroom, that's fine. So we have just 1 hour left, and the kids are busy here playing and using the bathroom when needed. Looks like Elizabeth is joining in with the play. There's no way for Andrea to do so, I think. So I guess she's just going to sit there. And that's nice. What are you doing, Mary? I want to chat with Brandy. Sorry, but Brandy is busy. Maybe you can chat with Andrea instead, if you want some adult attention. Looks like Nathan was thinking the same thing here. I feel like, does he really know everyone here? Is there someone missing? He hasn't met Irene. Who else is it? I'm not sure. I think maybe Cecily, actually. I'm just trying to catch them, like who hasn't met who, but when it's this many kids, it's a challenge, really. He knows Nico and Lydia as well. He met Irene. Do you know Mary? No, yes, he does know Mary. Not Irina, though. She needs to stop playing then. It's also good to pay attention to the older kids because they're soon going to be moving up to the high school. Of course, Nathan is aging up today, so it's good that he has met the younger ones as well. But yeah, that is actually the end of the school day. So I think I'm just going to have stop this, I think. And then just dismiss everyone if I can. Let's see. It looks like Brandy's interacting with her son in here. That's very cute. Little Will. He's actually also aging up today. We're going to have quite a few teens, I think. We have Amelia, Hallie, Nathan, Nico, Will, but not Kian. So these 5 are going to be aging up to teens. So that's pretty exciting. Right, but that was the end of Andrea's workday, so I'm going to just use the sim blender to clear off all non-residents. There we go, and since Irene is part of her household, she's not going to go away on her own, so I'm going to just delete her with the Move Objects On sheet. And that is everyone, and everything is done for today, so Andrea is just going to drive back home and then head out to work for real. So it's 3 in the afternoon and Andrea is returning from work. And also Irene is returning from school. In the house we have Jason, who's had the day off, of course, playing his guitar, while Nasim is playing a football game. And Andrea is going to head into the house. So she enters the house and greets her family. And at once, Nasim is on the way out the door, and she halts him, asks him where is he going. And he immediately gets defensive, asks her why she needs to know where he's going all the time. He can go out and hang out with friends if he wants to. And she's immediately like a hawk on it. Like, what friends are you talking about? Exactly who are you going out to meet? And yeah, Nasim is very tight-lipped, not really interested in telling her who it is he wants to go out and see. And Andrea is going to keep pressing him about it. She is going to take a more aggressive approach and lecture him about his whereabouts and the responsibility, all of that. He's almost a young adult now, and he needs to be responsible about what he does in his days. He needs to focus on his studies so he can actually get into a good education. And even though he doesn't have a part-time job, it's important that he just doesn't waste the time that he has. And just going out, being frivolous with some people that she isn't even telling her who they are, it's not really what Andrea has in mind for him. And of course, Nasim is feeling pretty rebellious right now. He's not happy about his mother being so overbearing and wanting to get into his business. He wants to do all of the things that he wants to do, and he doesn't appreciate that she's poking her nose into what he's up to. So he just dismisses her and says that he's going out to see Jolie, and lets that be the end of it. And Andrea feels like she can't really press him any further. If he's going out to see his girlfriend, that's fine with her. She knows Jolie, she likes her, and she approves of what's going on between her and her son. But yeah, she also feels like there's something Nasim isn't telling her. There's something he isn't open about. But right now she can't really press him because he's just leaving. So Andrea is going to go upstairs and have a shower. And Nasim, on the other hand, is going to head out on town. And he's going to 290 Main Street. So we have him arriving here at the lot. Feeling annoyed with his mother, of course. And what is he here doing? What is he up to? Well, he is coming out here to meet up with some friends, of course. And that is Dustin and Amin. So they are here, creepily waiting for him. And I'm going to have them group up. So ask, form casual group, just for fun. And Dustin is going to greet Nasim. And he's going to join their group. Good. And it was instant like that because I have a mod that makes it quicker and easier to form groups. So Dustin is going to sit down here together with Nasim. And I think Amin is just going to sit here for now. And the three of them are going to keep chatting, keep getting along, and getting to know each other better. And of course, Nasim is complaining about his mother, not wanting him to be able to come out here. And these guys are just fueling that annoyance, talking about how annoying and overbearing mothers can be. They don't understand all of that. And of course, meanwhile, they are taking Nasim under their wing, unfortunately. Also, Dustin and Amin are keeping an eye out on the neighborhood, as they like to do. They like to keep an eye on things and see people's comings and goings and make sure that there are no rivals here, anyone making trouble in their neighborhood. And of course, getting to know Nasim better as well. And this is, of course, on Gordon's orders. He wants to involve Nasim into the business to keep him controlled, basically. If he wants to see his daughter, then he needs to be tied down, sort of. So this really isn't that good a friendship for him to make, I think, but that's what's in the books for him right now. And I think that Nasim, who's grown up with a single mother, sure, he's had Ricky as well as a sort of uncle coming in every now and then, but he's not really been a steady male figure in his life because he's had his own things, of course. And yeah, I think that what with not having a relationship with his father growing up, Nasim desperately seeks a big brother figure or a father figure, sort of, and he is rejecting his stepfather, Jason. They are not getting along at all. So I think that he's really vulnerable when it comes to this, when he has these big brother figures going in on him and showing interest in him. He's actually flattered and likes their attention on him, basically. So I can see that Nasim is really, really hungry right now. And I think that maybe Dustin is suggesting to him that maybe he go grab something to eat. And incidentally, I do have these little drinks that the Sims are just going in here and picking and drinking in the store. But I think that Dustin is coercing him to go grab one. Why should he pay for it? He can just take it. So is there any way that he can... No. I guess he'll just tell him a convincing story for now. Yeah, there's no influence to... But it's not really... Yeah. So Dustin sort of encourages him to just go in and grab something to eat. And he's going to just go and save this one for later. So he's sneaking into the grocery store here. Dustin can sit down again. And he's just going to casually stroll up to the shelf. Pick one. And casually just walk out again. Very sneaky. Right, so can he actually drink it now, or do I have to take it out from his inventory? I think I have to do that. So I'm just putting it there. And he can have his drink. And I think Dustin is pretty happy about this development. Any little thing that he can do to corrupt Nasim, really. It wouldn't do to start too big. Of course, he has to be careful with it, not to scare him off. It looks like Nasim is really taking a lot more to Amin. He's closer to him in age as well, I think. Maybe that's more natural. Looks like Dustin is really stoic and just sitting here minding his own business for now. I think that Dustin is having memories about his own teenage years and the way that he was coerced into these kinds of things by Gordon and Russ. And I think it's a mixed feeling. Like he knows that he needs to do this, but he also feels a bit sorry for Nasim, I think. You don't need to go and neatly clean that up, just drop it. Right, so it's getting a bit late. And he's gotten to know Amin quite a bit, but I think he's just going to chat a bit specifically with Dustin as well. Looks like Nasim is trying to pretend to be tough because he's crossing his arms and taking a defensive stance, but they're gaining relationship anyway, so I guess maybe Dustin is teasing him or something. And Nasim is trying to act cool. He wants to be one of the gang. But of course, I don't think that Nasim understands exactly how the group works and what's behind it all. I think he is excited about whatever it is, and I think he might suspect that it's not completely clean, what to call it, but I don't think that he suspects that there's a criminal organization or anything. So yeah, I think that that's good enough for now. So Nasim is going to head back home to his no doubt annoyed mother. Of course, Amin and Dustin are keeping to this lot, staying to keep an eye on things, even if the teenager leaves. So he's back, and I forgot to break up the group, which is why both Dustin and Amin followed him. But I can do that now. Let's just see here. End casual group. Okay, good. And then I can just dismiss these guys as if they were never here. All right, so after that, looks like he's pretty tired. So he's just gonna head up to his bed to sleep for a bit. Andrea is freshening up here, and Jason is working on his guitar skills. Irene is also really, really tired, looks like. So she's having a little nap. Wonder if I have... oh, good, she wants to be best friends with Kian. That's awesome. His father, Amin, is best friends with Jason. So that's really nice. They're also the neighbors, so I really like that. It looks like she also has grown pretty close to Jocasta. That's awesome, actually. Yeah. So she's going to sleep for a bit, but I wonder how many benefits I have given her. I did give her all the needs once, so that's good enough then. Right, so Andrea can clean up a bit in here. Nice, and she can grab a cup of coffee, I think. Looks like Jason could also have a cup of coffee. So they're gonna sit together on the couch. Just catching up on their days, how it's been. And I think maybe Andrea is asking Jason if Nasim has spoken to him about anything, any new friends or anything. But of course, Jason is like, Nasim doesn't talk to me. What are you talking about? So yeah, Andrea isn't really getting any help there, unfortunately. And it's not Jason's fault. I mean, Nasim took a bad liking to him from the start. He doesn't like his mother, who's been all his life, to pay attention to someone else and start a new family, especially after learning about his real father. So I think Andrea can serve dinner. Irene has recovered some energy now. And yeah, Nasim as well. So I think he can use the bathroom. And Irene can just change into her everyday. And she needs a lot of fun. So what was her hobby again? Science. So that's not that easy. Anything sciencey that's fun for children? I don't think so. I mean, I have the telescope here, of course, but it's still daytime. I guess she can just watch TV for now before dinner. And Jason needs to use the bathroom. I think maybe the weather channel is science. Yeah, it was good. So change back to the weather station. Oh no, Andrea burned dinner. Yes, she's too much of a perfectionist to serve that, so she's gonna toss that out. Yeah. Since she burned dinner, there is actually something that I wanted to start up a bit more, even if I'm not used to it yet. And that is having more of my Sims order pizza, because now we have Goopy Jill's Carbo's restaurant, and he actually earns money from people buying pizza around the neighborhood. And it would be nice, actually, now that Andrea burned dinner, that she would just throw her hands up and go, let's order dinner today. So I think that I'm going to have her call delivery instead. It's going to be a pizza. Yes, please. So that was 40 simoleons for that pizza. So I'm going to go ahead into my spreadsheet and move on to the Trattoria di Carbo. No, actually, it's under Landgrab Industries, I think. Yeah, here. So Tuesday we had no pizzas, unfortunately. But that's because I'm so not used to it. So we have one for Wednesday now. So far, at least. I'm going to save that. And then when it's time for Goopy's restaurant, then I can just give him that money. So the pizza is on the way. Good. What are you up to? You can join, I think, even if you don't want to. And Jason is getting ready. Are you going to play fetch on the road? No, please don't do that. But you can rub his belly. Looks like your friendship has slipped down a bit, so. Here comes the pizza. Oh, the gases. Look at that. Disgusting. Can you grab the pizza, please? Okay, thank you. Maybe he was on the way. Yeah, that's why. Good, so the family will have dinner at last. No, where are you putting it? Oh, no. Actually, I didn't want you to put it there, though. Can you put it on the kitchen counter? That's fine. I guess she's gonna have it in the sofa. How about you? What are you doing? Oh, being shoved. Guess looks like they're having a little fight in the bathroom, all three of them. Oh dear. Better go have them eat. And oh, Irene is sad now. She's running to her room because she watched the fight. Yeah, she doesn't like that, of course. She's gonna use the bathroom up here instead. Okay, and you can eat that. Are you chatting through the... Looks like they're chatting through the rooms here. Yelling to each other. Well, I guess if it works, it works. So I'm just going to use the bathroom. So it is good for them, at least, to sit down at the same table and have a calm conversation. I mean, that's an improvement, even if Nasim is still really, really angry. You can grab another slice, and you as well. Irene doesn't really need to eat, so I think I'm going to send her up to the roof and stargaze. Right, so Andrea, on the other hand, it has become the evening, and as I mentioned earlier, she's been really worried about her little brother, and he's agreed to have her over tonight. So she's going to head out to Ricky and go see him and see what's up with him, and see if she can do anything to help. Andrea is returning from her brother's house, and she has a lot on her mind, of course, after that conversation. Now it's all clear to her what has happened, why her brother has been acting so strangely, and sort of the depth of the trouble he's in. And a lot of thoughts are going through her mind. Of course, she's been in a similar situation herself, only on the other end. She was the single mother who refused to have her son see his father. That was pretty much exactly what happened when she found out that Abhijit was cheating on her with Sandy. So through the years, she's had a lot of regrets about that. And she's put in a lot of work to try to rekindle kindle really, the relationship between Nasim and Abhijit in Abhijit's older days, to draw a connection there between the families. And she's really regretting not doing that sooner, being so firm in her decisions and removing a father figure for her son. So she's really running things through her mind, and she's realizing that for Ricky, these things have really become desperate and something needs to happen. So she's feeling really exhausted with all of this right now. So I think that she's going to go up here, and I don't appear to have a Copperfield on their bed, but I would like her to have a nap, just rest. So I'm just grabbing the invisible recolor of it, and it's always difficult to place it good. I'm gonna try that, and sending her up for a nap in her bed. Jason, of course, is teaching Irene to study in her room. And Nasim is still eating. He was really, really hungry. So I think that he appreciated the pizza. Growing teenage boy, of course. So he is not doing his homework, really. He's not thinking about that. That's not a priority. He's just going to skive it off. He can make do at school anyway. He's not calm enough to do his homework, or he doesn't have that in his mind right now. So I think he's going to just go and shoot some hoops out here. I'm just gonna clean up the disgusting pee puddles first. I like that the dog's potty trained and going outside, but is it really necessary to pee on the floor here? The puddles don't go away then. Yes, we can shoot some hoops later. And Andrea is resting really awkwardly here, so it looks like I didn't put it in a good spot. I mean, really, this is the best, but I think that she's gonna have trouble getting away from it. Turn snapping off for a bit. I should be able to... Yeah, that should work, I think. That looks a lot better. Yeah, and these guys are done. So that's nice. They're having a great relationship. And Irene is going to head upstairs and stargaze, I think. And of course, Jason would like to make some more friends. Of course, he's furious with Nasim now after he was attacked. I've started to make him more friendly with Ricky, but I think Ricky has a lot of other things on his mind right now. He started to become friendly with Danielle Lillard. So I think I'm going to send him downstairs and have him call her up. Hopefully he can make at least one friend. And Nasim is taking out his frustrations here with the basketball. And of course, sports is his hobby. So even if he enjoys playing games as well, he's really into sports. So Andrea has had a nap. She's regained a little bit of energy at least. And she's still having a lot of things on her mind, but she's feeling a little bit more refreshed now, at least. She's had a quick sleep on it. So I guess she's heading down here and grabbing something more to eat. Nasim is just about done at the hoops, I think. He's really exhausted, so I think he's going to go to sleep in a minute. Yeah, I'm just sending him up to his bed. And Irene is up here, stargazing, and I think she can keep going for a little bit at least. And looks like Jason is almost friends with Danielle. Right, so I think Andrea is going to sit down in the sofa for a bit. And Jason is ending his call and also sitting down. So the two of them are just sitting down in the sofa, and I think that Andrea will take some time to confide in her husband what her brother told her, what's been going on when they weren't aware of it. And of course, Jason is very well aware of Andrea's past and very sympathetic to everything that she's been going through. I think that he's also considering, is it really the right path to take this to court? Is there no other way to resolve this? And I think that Andrea is considering seeking Lilith out and trying to have a talk with her. Obviously, all of Ricky's attempts have failed. But seeing as Andrea has been going through something very similar in her life, and seeing as Andrea is so involved with the town and hopefully can connect a bit with Lilith, seeing as she has a young daughter as well, and she would like to give it a try at least. At least then she would be able to rest assured that she tried something and didn't just let it run its course without her even giving it a try to speak some sense into Lilith. So I think that Andrea is resolved to do what she can. It's not for sure that she will be able to influence anything, but maybe seeing as she is related to Hope, that Lilith is going to at least let her speak her mind. And I think that Jason agrees and approves with that plan. And yeah, having talked it through and having some more calm in her mind, I think that they obviously they wanted to cuddle a bit, enjoy each other's company a bit more and show each other support. But Jason is obviously very tired. So I think he can grab the last slice. Andrea can fill the dog bowl. Yeah, then it's time for them to head to bed and prepare for another day. Irene has apparently already gone to sleep. Is the dog in the way? Okay. This is a double doorway, you know. You should be able to walk on this side, shouldn't you? Oh my god, that's so silly. Well, at least there's another entrance that Jason could use. Right, and then Jason is also going to go to bed. I wonder if I wake Nasim up, is he able to sneak out or is it too late? Can attempt it and see what happens. Ah, he can sneak out, nice. So I think he would sneak out to go see Julie. Yep, good. So he's just gonna change into his everyday outfit while his mother is asleep and unknowing. He's going to take advantage. So I guess he's just going downstairs for now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let him do what he wants for a while, see what happens. He wants to hang out with Jake. That's cute. Of course, Jake is probably pretty confused why he's awake at this hour, but he's in the dog bed. See if I can rouse him. Right, so it's nearing 1, so let's see what kind of car Julie will pull up in. Ooh, wow. Fancy. Right, so Nasim is sneaking out like a burglar in the night to go hang out with his girlfriend. And let's see what happens if he can successfully stay out or if he will get caught by the cops. Oh, wow. Okay, so he was caught by the cops. I think that Andrea is definitely going to wake up from this ruckus. There's a police car outside. What's going on? I think Jason is also awakened by that. Oh, he looks so sad. Yeah. So, can she chat to the police officer? Alicia Turner, I don't think I've seen her before. She must be one of the replacements. Oh my god, she has alien eyes. Look. I wasn't expecting it. Wow, that's so creepy. All right. Yeah, the alien-eyed police officer. Yeah. She must be one of the replacements for, well, all of them. He's gonna go straight away to shove, oh wow, to shove Jason. Yeah, hi Nasim, this is not a good situation for you. Can you not chat to the police officer? I guess she can't. Well, you know what happens now. Lecture. How dare you sneak out? Yeah. So after everything Andrea has seen, all of the worries she's having with who Nasim is hanging out with, and of course he's claiming again to have been out with Julie. Of course this time it's true, but of course Andrea doesn't believe him. She's onto him and she really thinks that something is really amiss and he's going to be grounded. He's not going to be allowed to go out anymore. And of course, he's not happy at all about that. So yeah, he's heading to the bathroom and then, yeah, I guess Andrea is going to go back to bed, as will Jason. So that was a little bit of fun out, but it did not pay off in the end. He got busted. Right, so he's going to go back to sleep and hopefully gain a little bit of energy before school. Oh, he's crying. Oh no. I think it's all starting to catch up to him. What has happened and what the consequences are of bad behavior. But I think it's also angry tears, frustration. He's almost a young adult after all, and how can his mother behave like this and treat him like a child? So finally he's going to sleep. They're all resting together, and that is going to be the end of the Cormier episode. I hope that you enjoyed all of the different storylines that's going on, and thank you so much for watching this episode. Take care and have a nice day. See you next time. Bye.